Washington, D.C.
South Carolina.
New York.
Lawrenceburg, New York.
I'm from California.
Tennessee.
Wow.
Is in the
Uma
house.
Small from Barbados.
Virgin Islands, Florida.
Near NYC.
Connecticut.
Amen.
be near NYC.
Chicago, Illinois.
California.
Nadine from South Carolina.
All right.
Atlanta, Georgia.
California.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Bill from Ohio.
Yusuf
From Trinidad and Tobago.
And I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Michelle Hammond from St. Lucia.
Trinidad and Tobago.
All right.
Wanda from Guyana. Good night.
Student from Trinidad and Tobago.
Let's go.
Amen. All right.
Johnny, South Carolina.
from Trinidad and Tobago.
Detroit.
in the house.
Linda Washington from Atlanta, Georgia.
New Jersey's in the house.
Connecticut.
From North Carolina.
ATL, Georgia, where are ya?
Jean from Richmond,
Gloria
Virginia.
Tate, New Orleans.
NBC,
Amanda
Detroit, Michigan.
Coulson from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Miami, Florida.
Upper Marlboro.
Snellville, Georgia in the house.
Down South Georgia, boy.
Derek Quickens from West Dallas, Texas.
Oh, I love it, guys. Love it. I hate to cut it off because it feels so good, doesn't it? When we're all just vibing out and connecting. Hey, this is a really important call. So I did tell you guys that this is the legend call. So I'm assuming, yeah, I don't want to assume, but I'm going to, that everybody's getting on here because they want to max out the matrix. This is a money conversation call. If you knew what I knew, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you just yet, right? Just know that it's huge, right? So every single one of you are going to have a chance to max out this matrix, right? And I know it seems impossible to some of you, but not if we do it together, okay? Not if we do it together.
Recording in progress.
I'm going to leave the chat open as long as I can because I really do want to talk to you guys. So go ahead and put legend in the chat for me, please, because this is a legend call. I'm going to have my own vibe tribe, okay? I'm going to have several vibe tribes. Because I enjoy a lot of things, but I'm going to have one vibe tribe where it's individuals who are really serious. It's the elite group who's really serious about maxing out the matrix, not making $1.8 thousand, not making $1,800 a month or $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, which that's great and all. But when I did this last time, I had my own group. And I only needed about 3 to 5 of them, to be honest, maybe 3 to 6 of them. And I said, listen, we're going to commit to knocking out Legend at the time. And that was 100,000 a month. Ours is unlimited, right? If I would have done what I did here with you guys, it would have been $1 million a month. And I remember talking to those owners the very first week I signed up in that business. And I was like, you know that 5,000 people in your organization isn't really a lot. And they're like, they've never done network marketing before. And I was like, you know, that's not a lot. You know that in the next 90 days, I'm going to hit 100,000 a month. So you may want to think about moving the finish line, right? And it took them forever. I had probably 5 to 6 people who were getting ready to hit Legend right behind me, like right behind me. So yeah, I hit Legend. There was probably 5 other people who had Legend and above. But I had about 5 to 6 people on my team that were getting ready to make 100,000 a month. So don't think I did something special because I had a whole group of people that was going to do that as well. They were projected, their numbers were there. So I do want you guys to understand this is not about me. This is about you. And if you truly want to be Legend, I need you to stop for a second and grab pen and paper and do me a favor. I do want you to shut your video off only because, I know you have to move around sometimes and I am like easily distracted and it pops up all over my screen. We are going to move to a new platform pretty soon, but, oh, thanks, Tony. Tony, you can always interrupt me. You know that, right?
I'm not going to do that, but I did have to bump you out of host. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And I don't even know how you did that, how you sent that bright message to me on.
It's magic.
I know you're so techie. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. All right, so we're diving right into this because it's 8:13 and I'm gonna give you a lot of information really, really fast. And I want to be off of here by 9 o'clock. 9, right? So you're going to school, money school. So you're going to have to pay attention. And then I'm going to take this video and I'm going to edit it for you. And then I'm going to take the content of the video and re-record into short snippets. Okay. So don't overly write that you're not paying attention, because I'm going to re-record this in chunks and give it to you. Okay. So, but I feel like I got to get all this out right now, because tonight I'm actually going to go to an undisclosed location. I'm going to drive 5.5 hours. So I know I'm going to be talking to some of you on three-ways, but I told my family, like I did last time, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave, and I'm going to be in an Airbnb all by myself so that I can just work. They will thank me later. Okay. My daughter last time, she moved in with my mom. Reagan's daughter moved in with my mom when we were on our grind. And it was COVID, so they loved it because they were all together. But I have to work in a certain kind of environment, and I need to be able to work 23 hours out of the day if I want, without having to like stop. And most of you guys know I put everything in storage. I packed up my 3-story condo, put everything in storage, and I moved to Ohio so I could be closer to my daughter, who wanted to finish school here with her friends her last year. So she can play volleyball. She did amazing. And I was going back and forth, and it was ridiculous, 2 hours. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna put everything in storage. I'm gonna move here. And I was closer to Reagan. So I lived with Reagan for a little bit, and we just went into co-creating. We just started like, you know, we have too much knowledge. We have too much power. We have too much power together for us to not be doing something. So we just started doing stuff, right? And then, so I'm here, but I'm not in my happy place, because I'm in the kitchen and people are cooking and shutting doors and doing all that kind of stuff. And I need to be in a different environment. So I know the snow is coming. So I'm going to beat the snow. I'm going to drive 5.5 hours. I'm going to stay in an Airbnb as long as it takes for me to help you guys get to Legend. Okay. Get the ball rolling. We have about 37 days. Obviously, I'm not going to stay there for 37 days, but I need a good solid week at least to be by myself. Okay. So I can do 3-ways. I can do launch calls. I can do team meetings, and I can work nonstop, and nobody tells me to go to sleep, eat food, right? I'm fine. I'm doing good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get rolling. We have a very important special guest, and then I'm going to get right into training. So I'm watching the clock. So I want to introduce you guys to someone who is one of the most amazing people I have met, right? She is a powerhouse in her own right. She is super knowledgeable about everything, because she's a sponge, and she's always like around. She's always around older people, and they're always talking, and she's listening, ear hustling, and soaking it all in. And you know, I read in the Bible, it says, out of the mouth of babes, the truth speaks. Out of the mouth, I'm paraphrasing, right? Out of the mouth, help me out, pastors. Out of the mouth of babes, the truth speaks, which means little kids, they really don't know how to lie. Like, don't ask them questions if you don't want to know the truth. So I want to introduce you guys to my niece, Reagan's daughter. Jalyn, are you out there? Are you recording, Megan? I believe I am. Let me see. Hold on. Yes, I am. Where's the little record button? Yep, I am recording. Let me just double check and make sure.
I'm
Yes.
also recording to my computer just in case.
Of course you are. I love Tony. I don't know how we managed without her. That's why we don't. Right? I'm going to add the spotlight. How are you, Jalyn? How you doing?
Good.
You're doing good? Okay. So I want to introduce you to everybody. This is the Vibe Tribe. So say hello to everybody.
Hi.
All right. So listen, I know that you have been around like a whole bunch of older people, all of your siblings. So tell me who your siblings are. Your brothers and sisters.
My brother is Josiah and my sister is Sinai.
You forgot a brother. What?
Huh?
You forgot your big brother. I'm gonna be really upset with you.
Dorian.
Dorian, because Dorian's out of the house and he's like 28. So I know you don't see him as much. But I wanted to introduce you to the folks, because you and I were having a conversation. You were having a conversation actually with Tony, and I was so blown away by your answers. And so is it okay if I just ask you a few questions before we get into our training?
Yeah.
Okay. So first question is like, tell me what your first and last name is and how old you are.
So my name is Jolyn, and my last name is Elise Lynch.
Okay. And how old are you?
6.
You're 6 years old. Okay. So, and what grade are you in? Don't look at me, but she's having a little bit of stage fright, which never happens, by the way. Yeah. What grade are you in? I thought you were in first grade, right?
Yeah, first grade.
Okay. So you're at a new school, you love your new school and everything. Let's get right to it. So obviously, who's your mama?
Reagan.
So Reagan's your mom. So what do you like to do though? Like, what are your hobbies that you like to do?
I like to do gymnastics and I like to dance.
You like to, okay. And you've been really good at it. I mean, you work really hard and you're constantly practicing. Who's your favorite musician? Who's the musician that you listen to, the person who sings all the time? You're always in there watching his videos and studying him.
I forgot.
Who you don't remember watching Michael Jackson all the time?
Yeah.
Why do you Jackson?
I've been watching Michael Jackson to dance in his videos because he has videos to help people learn how he's doing those dances.
Right. So I know I see you doing those dances all the time. So real quick, so because I just have a few questions for you before we get started. So you like to do gymnastics. So what do you know about Vibe though? What do you know about this company that we're launching?
I know that everybody's working hard and everybody is just trying to do work in silence and just get their money so everybody can have their money and feel peaceful when they're starting out their call.
Yeah, okay. So money, they want to be peaceful, right? And then, so what have you noticed though, like with your mom and me, what have you noticed with us? Like, what have we been doing?
I noticed that my mom is working very hard with her friends. She's having fun. She's excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. So you're excited. You see your mom's working really hard. And my next question is though, like, what do you know what legacy means? Like, we want to leave a legacy. Do you know what that means?
I forgot.
Forgot. Okay, that's okay. So we want to be able to leave this company to our kids, right? Like to you. So you're not old enough to be in this business because you have to be 18 to be in this business, but your brothers and sisters can be in the business and they're excited and they're working hard behind the scenes and talking to their friends. So what do you think? Like, people are kind of afraid to leave a legacy. They're afraid to step out and do things. What are you afraid of? Tell me one thing that you are afraid of now or you used to be afraid of.
I'm afraid of when I'm in my room and it's dark and I just hear noises like crunching sound in the kitchen. It's probably like water bottles because they do that because probably somebody accidentally squished their water bottle and it was making that sort noise before.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be scary, right? But what would you say to the people who are, because some people are afraid to be in this business. Like they think me and your mom are like trying to trick them and they don't believe it. I know your mouth went up and I know you're being polite and you're going to tell it how it is. But what would you say to people who are like, your mom and Auntie Meg are just, they're not for real and they don't want you to win in this business? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that don't be afraid, because when I'm afraid, I just take a deep breath in. When I was afraid, when I was graduating, and there was a lot of people, and it almost made me sick and afraid.
So you would just tell them to like, just relax, right? Take a deep breath. Whew, take a deep breath. So last question that I want to ask you. So if you had all the money, right? Money wasn't an issue, and focus on me, focus on me. If money wasn't an issue, what would you buy? Like, what would you do for yourself if money wasn't an issue? Like you had all the money and you could do whatever you wanted with it, what would you do?
I would do.
What would you buy? Tell me one thing you would buy.
I would buy toys, but not the money.
Okay, now hold on, wait. You said you would buy toys, but not do what?
Waste my money. Like, don't like get a big toy what is like bigger, and it has a bigger number on it.
Yeah. So it has a bigger number, so you don't want to waste your money, right? And so I understand that. So leave the people with something. Give them some helpful hints, because some of them are like, I don't know what to do. This is scary. I don't know what the products are. I don't know, all those things. Give them some advice before I let you go. Give the people a little bit of advice.
Six advice, Mom.
She said, what's advice? You need to explain what that means. Give them something that they can do to keep, like, stay motivated and to keep moving forward, to keep doing great things. What would you tell them to do?
I would tell them to work hard and pay attention. I would tell them, when somebody's talking, you just want to look straight at them immediately and learn what you're about to do.
Right. So stay focused, right? Stay focused. So I appreciate you so very much. I'm going to let you go because I'm getting ready to take these peeps to school for 30 minutes and I need them to be focused. So thank you so much for jumping aboard. I know, some people are like, oh, why would you put a child there? Blah, blah, blah. Because this is a family business, right, Ja? And you have to sacrifice, because people call your mom all the time and they want her help and she helps them. Sometimes they don't pay attention and she has to do more work. And that takes time away from you, right? So I'm sure you want your mom back, and I'm sure you want to get this business rolling and started. So, we're going to make sure that we work hard. They're going to listen so that we can get this business off the ground, and then we can go to the beach and play in the water. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you later. Thank you for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So listen, I decided to have my niece on because she was having a full-fledged conversation with Tony about like not wasting your money and staying focused. And then I ended up talking to Jason Wells with a Y. You guys met Jason last week. And Jason said, because I was getting a little frustrated and I had to go to sleep, and I call him my guru, my mentor, because he's going to tell it like it is. And he said, listen, you talk too much. You got to simplify. And he said, you got to pretend like you're talking to a billionaire and you're talking to a 6-year-old. Who would you talk to if you needed both of them to understand it? And I said, the 6-year-old. He's like, yeah, if you talk to the 6-year-old, the billionaire is going to get it. You talk to the billionaire, the 6-year-old's not going to get it. And I realized that some of us, we just are babies in this industry. You've never worked with a leader like Reagan or Tony or some of the other big leaders, Mel Davis or the twins, Kevin and his brother. I haven't met his brother yet, but I'm going to call you guys on my 5-hour drive. So just give me a moment, right? Because I only have so many hours in the day, and I have 2 kids, and I'm trying to mom, and Reagan has 4 kids, and Tony has a whole house full of kids, and Dre has 6 kids, and it's a lot. And I don't think people really truly understand that I've been sitting here since this morning. Since 8 o'clock this morning, I've been sitting right here, and I drank some tea, and I don't think they get it. I've been on 50 million calls. I've answered 50 million text messages, and I don't think they get it. And I'm about to drive 5 hours, but I'm awake. Okay. So I want to get into this training really quickly, and I need you guys to take some notes. I'm going to go through it really fast. I'm not going to elaborate too much because we're going to talk about two different things. What kind of business this is. So I'm going to turn my camera off because I do way better if you're not looking at me. And if your camera's off, that will be helpful. Let me make sure there's no gray boxes. Okay, perfect. So let's get down to business. I am a teacher of the compensation plan. So for those of you guys, hey, Tony, is my screen wide? Can you only see my screen, or can you see the background of my messy screen? I can see the background of it.
I was muted. I'm so sorry. I was just
No,
talking.
tell me now, can you see just my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's get down to business. There's 943. I'm going to be 100% honest. When I launch businesses, I focus on the 80-20 rule. And I know that 80% of people in network marketing usually don't do anything, 20% do. So I'm looking at 8,100 people came in on the first wave. And I started to do the math. 1,620 people, I would love to have those people jump out and activate their accounts. And you guys know that we're just making sure everything goes well, because there are some people who follow directions, some people who didn't. Their names are wrong, and that's okay. We're fixing those things. And the reason why we didn't give you your links today is because I have a really big international team, and my biggest team is asleep right now. So I have to wait until they wake up. So between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, if I go beyond 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I don't do anything that's super, super important, like giving referral links out, because that would not be fair to my biggest leaders over there. So nothing's wrong. We're testing the system. We're making sure that everything is a go. And that gives you guys a little bit more time to reach out to your team, and make sure you send a support ticket if you have questions. Please don't send it to me, okay? Please do not send it to me, because that's going to be, or to Reagan. Now, I want everybody to put in the chat, I am legend, because that's what we're focused on. And heroes get remembered, but legends never die. If you want to be a legend in your family, you're going to have to do something that's legendary, right? Like you're going to have to leave them something, an inheritance, but most people don't. They leave them debt and bills. They can't even afford to bury themselves. And that is the reality that we live in right now. And I do not want that to be my reality. I just don't. But if we don't start focusing, I'm 46. I wasn't born with the silver spoon in my mouth. So I gotta get it out the mud, right? And I'm looking for the 1%ers. The 1% will do what the 99% refuse to do, which is focus, be persistent, plug in. I don't need all of you guys to plug in. I would love for all of you to plug in, but I don't need all of you to plug in. I just need the 1% to plug in, right? So I want you to understand that. And everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Everybody's like wants to go beast mode until you got to go beast mode, which means you may not be able to sleep. We don't sleep, we take naps. And there are people on the sideline like, hurry up. And network marketing is hurry up and wait. Sometimes you got to hurry up and you got to wait. You got to be quick, but don't be in a hurry. So we are very intentional about how we launch businesses. It is not an accident that my job is the VP of sales. Reagan's job is not to build this business like I'm building it. Her job is to build it on the customer support side, operations, support the rest of the team, see what they need. She handles all operations. She knows what everybody is doing. Dre's job is, he is the systems person. He understands the entire system. Tony's job is marketing. She wants everything to match. Don't touch her colors. The colors have to match. So you'll get a PowerPoint pretty soon, because I'll present it to you February 1st when we roll out our product. But the great thing is that you guys are going to get a chance to see our products come to life as well. But this is what we've been doing. At 12 o'clock, right? I want you to think of it as a clock. We have told you who we are. That is the most important thing. We wanted you guys to get to know us. So if you didn't vibe with us, we're not forcing anybody to be in this business. This is what you guys need to do. People need to know who you are. They don't need to know that you're a doctor or a lawyer or a stay-at-home mom or what your occupation is. Those things aren't important. You got to show people who you are. And then you got to let people know why you do what you do if you look at it as a clock, right? Why do you do what you do? I told you guys, I'm tired of seeing young males and females, but mainly young males that look like me die in the streets. So guess what? I'm going to help them. I'm going to shape their minds. I'm going to put them in a position to win. I'm going to put leaders around them when they don't have moms or dads, and I'm going to get them stupid rich, and I'm going to suit them and boot them with a godly mind, and I'm going to put them on a magazine, and I'm going to send it to my old school. I'm going to send it to the papers. I'm going to be on TV shows. Watch. Remember that I told you that. Because it's going to change the narrative of how people see my son, who's getting ready to be 23, and we launch on his birthday, February the 17th, not by accident, because people are going to stand to make a lot of income. And I gave a disclaimer, past profits don't predict future gains, but it is what it is. Numbers don't lie. I can tell you right now that the people who work, this is going to work for them. So you need to start figuring out why you're doing what you're doing. And then we focus on the how, like, how are we going to get this money? So I've been showing you the matrix, but some of you don't understand the matrix. So many of you Googled it. That's it. You can do open heart surgery on YouTube. Some of you guys are still like, I don't get it. I don't know what a 3x10 matrix is. Look it up. It's on Google. It's on, YouTube. Look it up, watch a ton of videos, and understand what a forced matrix does. And it's legal. So when somebody comes to you and says, oh, this looks like a pyramid, and all you have to say is like, oh, no, it's not a job. No, I'm on top of my pyramid. You work for somebody else, right? Don't say that. You can say that in your head, but don't say that. But that's what I think when people say that, because we make more money in direct sales than your football players, your basketball players combined. It's facts. Look it up, right? So why wouldn't I want to be at Elon Musk? Why wouldn't I want to be at Apple? Because Apple knows who they are. They know why they do what they do. They know how they do it, and they know what they sell. And they sell a very expensive phone that most people in network marketing are scared to use. So what are you doing with it? Playing games on social media, TikToking, Facebooking? Like, why aren't you using your phone for the tool that it was meant for? Because I promise you, if you ask Warren Buffett, what he does with his phone, I'm sure he doesn't sit around and gossip on it and scroll through social media. And I'm sure he only has contacts in there of people who really, truly are going to take him to the next level. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys hear me. Just want to know you guys are still alive out there. And Tony, if you can, until we get a scammer, because I'm not going to let them run me out of here, can you open it up so that they can chat with everybody? Because I really want to talk with them. And I know there are some haters out there because they're texting me right now, so I just blocked them, right? It motivates me to go harder. Like I collect haters, right? It means I'm doing something. So I want you guys to understand, people are not going to like what you do, because you see this clock right here, because you're going to stop doing things that don't matter. You're going to start building your legacy. You're going to start focusing on your future, right? So I want you guys to understand that this matrix is super powerful and it's unlimited, but there's 88,572 total spots. Do the math, right? If I duplicate 3 10 times, I'm going to max out the matrix. It's not hard to do. I'm going to go get 3 people who will get 3, who will get 3, who will get 3, who will get 3. And I'm going to do that consistently 10 times. It's not hard to do. And now I gave us a head start. So now we're not duplicating by 3, we're duplicating by 8,100. And I'm not even going to do the math for you. And even if only 2% of you or 1% of you decide to jump aboard, I'm still going to max out the matrix, and people are going to get hit by the tsunami. So understand this. All you got to do is, listen, if you guys started on February 17th, okay, you bring people in on February 17th, focus on the weeks, right? This is how I maxed out the same matrix, except that wasn't a matrix. It only paid you if you had so many people in each leg. So you could have 1,000 people in one leg and you would not make any money, okay? You would not make any money. So you want to make sure that you refer your first 3. I told you guys to refer 7 people, okay? And then help your 3 get their 3. And that would be 9, right? Help those 9 get their 3. You can do it by weeks. I'm going to give you guys a little chart so that you can do it by the weeks, okay? 1 second. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tony. I love to have a good bouncer on the call. And if you continue to duplicate, 9 turns into 27 people on that row. 27 people, there's only 81 spots or positions on that row, 243 on that one, 729 on that one. There is 221, 87 on that row. And then you end up with 65, 61. I didn't keep going, but you guys get the point, okay? So it's important that you understand that the check match, when you guys get your links tomorrow, listen closely. You already want to have your people lined up. I'm going to give you a real scenario. All 8,100 people, right, will go in before the new people, right? The new people are going to come in tomorrow because you're going to give them a referral link. You don't want to be looking for those people. You all want to already have those people who are waiting at the door. So you're talking to them, you're letting them know, listen, when I get a referral link, I'm going to give it to you as quickly as possible because it's time stamped, starting with the first person who fills out the info and signs up for free, because we haven't taken time because we haven't given you a product yet. Okay. Next week around Tuesday, we're going to charge you $25 back there, but you're going to get a VP, a Vibe partner, like bundle, a kit, so you can start to market your business. So you're actually technically not paying to get positioned. You're paying to get your marketing materials. Is that clear, everybody? Okay. That won't start until next week. So you still have all of this week, all of the weekend to use your referral link and get as many people in as possible. Here's what will happen. What if you wait to give your referral link, wait a couple days, and 1,000 people fall in, because we were bringing in anywhere from 300 to 500, and then it went from 500 to 1,000 a day, right? I've grown like 3,000 Reagan and I followers on social media alone on YouTube. And some haters have come along too. So we love them, and they're marketing our stuff all over the place and running people to us. I had so many people say, hey, I was this guy and he really hates your guts. So you must really be doing something great. Can I get your referral link? And I'm like, yes, tomorrow, right? You can get my referral link tomorrow, but not today. So all you guys have to do is share. But let's say that you waited to give your referral link to somebody, 1,000 people fell in, and those people happen to fall under them, right? And they made $3 or $5. Remember, it depends on which product you get. We're going to roll that out February 1st. That means that you're going to miss $3,000 or $5,000 because you match people's checks. So it doesn't matter if you put your personals way down here on the 6th level or the 7th level or the 8th level. They still have 10 levels, but we're all in the same matrix. But you have the potential to miss out on hundreds or thousands of dollars as people start to come in. So you've got to give your referral link immediately and just run and get your people in as fast as possible. The matrix maxes out at $442,860 a month. I get some people they can't catch the vibe because they've never made $1,800 consistently in network marketing, or $5,000 or $16,000 or $49,000 up to $147,000 or $442,000. I get it, guys, but you do have to understand that you're working with leaders who have, and I've taken everyday people, not average. I'm not looking for average people. I'm looking for people who want to do extraordinary things and have belief, right? And I'm not looking for people to call me and complain about, I don't have any friends. Okay, go get some new friends. Where are you hanging out at? I'm gonna start to ask you some questions. Who are you hanging out with? You can't be a grown up and still be around kind of buster type people, and nobody's doing anything in your circle. So that means they're saying the same thing about you, right? My friends can't say that about me. They can't say, oh, my friends don't want to do nothing. I don't have any don't do nothing friends, because if I do, I probably won't hang out with them for very long. And this is why I used to tell the high school kids, you are the sum of the people that you hang out with. So if you hang out with a whole bunch of people who just smoke, that's what people are going to think about you. And I'm not knocking your smoke, whatever you do, right? But you just have to understand that people are going to see you with the people that you hang out with. And my friends are dope, right? In order to be to make $1,800, you have to have an active membership on 17th, right? And you get to make money through 5 levels of the matrix. No fast start bonuses, no check matches, okay? When you are a creator, you need to at least have 2 active referrals in product 1. You'll unlock another level. And you get fast start bonus number 1, which means you're going to make up to $40 every month that they pay their membership. And $20, up to $20 on everybody they personally sign up. You don't get any check matches until you refer 3 people. You unlock the 100% match. 5 people, you unlock level 8, and now you get 50% match, which means if your personal has 100 people fall under them, That's $3 or $5 is going to roll up. Let's just use the $5, right? That means they have product bundle 2. That means they're going to make $500 in the matrix, and you're going to make $500 in the matrix. If they sign up one person who makes $500 in the matrix, your personal is going to make $500 extra, and you're going to make $250 because you're going to make 50% of what they make. And you may be asking, how can you guys pay out all this money? Because when people pay their membership, we don't keep the money. That's it. Like, the membership is broken down, and we pay you first because you brought us a customer. Did you guys know that Mark Cuban was making $1 million like a day because he had 99-cent product? That's it. You don't have to take a ton of money from people. You just have to pay people what they're worth. And unfortunately, many of us at our jobs are not paid what we're worth, but we still work there because of the insurance and because I don't have any options and my kids need new shoes, and you stay places that you don't like out of fear. Well, I didn't. I just sucked it up and I ate nothing for a while, and I made sure my kids were taken care of to go after my hopes and dreams. But I'm not going to stay someplace that I'm not happy in, right? A legend, all you got to do is refer 7 people, and you're going to get product bundle number 2, and you open up the entire matrix. So here's what I want to talk about really quickly, and I'm going to do this fast because I have a whole video that I already recorded called What is Spillover, okay? Spillover refers to the ability to have new customers and or representatives fall under you from your upline. Well, guess what? The company's your upline. So when we build and we sign people up in the company, they spill in under you. When your sponsor builds the business, it trickles down under you because they only have 3 spots. And if you're sitting on their 3rd spot or 1st spot or 2nd or 9th level or 10th level, it starts to spill in under you. So you in turn have the ability to build and customers, and reps that fall under you, right? Sorry about the typo. So do you really understand the matrix is the question. So tonight's training is really about spillover, and every leader, everybody wants spillover. But if you're a real leader, never ask a real leader, well, when are you going to put some people under me? You will get the wrath of a real leader. Because we're looking at you like, well, when are you going to spill over in your own group? Because you're the leader of your own matrix. You're the top of it. So yes, is spillover going to happen? Yes, it can't not happen because of how we're pre-building. Everybody type 37 or write it down somewhere. We still have 37 more days to pre-build for free for a little bit. And then you're going to pre-build for $25. That's going to get you your marketing kit, right? 37 days. Do you guys know that we've only been building since January 26th? That means we've been building for, is that right? December 26th, my bad, December. Don't even know what date it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've only been building for 15 days, and I haven't even started building yet because I do FID. I build the foundation. Leaders identify themselves. That's where we are right now. I need to see where the leaders are. And then I'm going to have a leadership meeting, but leaders lead by not just numbers. So understand this. I'm not just looking for leaders who sign up a whole bunch of people. I don't need them to. I'll sign up a whole bunch of people, your grandma and everybody else, right? I'm also looking for leaders who want to support the team. So everybody type support, right? I have people messaging me like, how can I be of service to you, Megan? Right? How can I be an admin in the Telegram chat and I'll help you remove the spammers? Can I be a co-host on your call so that I can make sure that the people who don't have anything better to do but hate, can I help you kick those people out? So understand this. I'm not just looking for the person who signs up a ton of people. I'm looking for the supporters. Because sometimes you just need the support so that you can do what you have to do. My daughter's been getting me food. She's been making sure I'm taking care of. My son brought me food, all of those things, right? And that is support so that I don't have to stop what I'm doing. So here's what I want everybody to do. Everybody put in your notes. I need you to grow up and go to the next level. If you want to be a legend, I'm a coach. I'll never yell at you, but I will be very direct, okay? I can see you. You can comment because I can see your comments. You guys are talking to me, okay? Nobody. Else can see your comments, but I can see your comments. All right. Oh, thank you, Ronette. I'm looking for an IT person because Tony's thebomb.com, but sometimes I just don't have time to do stuff because I'm going to be just helping you guys build. But did you guys know that when you delay cutting the cord on a baby, it causes to hear that I've never done network marketing before. I don't really know what I'm doing. You just got to learn. You're just going to have to cut the cord and you're going to have to learn. Okay. Because we're not going to slow down. And you don't want us to slow down because you want us to spill over into your organization. So in order to get spillover, the S stands, I love a good acronym, right? Used to be an English teacher. We love our acronyms. Self-starter. I cannot tell you what to do. You just got to do something, right? You just got to jump in there and do something and be a self-starter. Self-starters get motivated, be ambitious, dream big, set a plan, and set a target date. When do you want to hit legend, right? When do you want to max out the matrix? That means that you're going to have to put some stuff down and you're going to need to make a list, even though you don't want to, but understand that your list, this is a list that I have. Look at it. This is a list that my members had. I used to make them send me their list. Like, don't tell me you don't have anybody to talk to and you have 2,000 people in your phone. So I need you to start going through your phone and getting rid of some people and make room for everybody else, right? I collect phone numbers. Let me give you a trick. When I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, I have this great business. Listen, I want to send you some information. Let me give you my phone number. And then I go, oh, let me just take your phone number. I'll just take your phone number down real quick and I'll text you my name. It's just a trick because I want to collect their phone number. And I don't want to say, hey, give me your phone number. And as a man, you don't want to say to a woman, hey, can I have your phone number? Because we think you're trying to holler, right? And we're going to back up. You need to say, hey, I got this great business. Let me give you my phone number and you can, give me your phone number. I'm going to text you my first and last name so that you have me in your phone. But what you guys have to focus on is you have to make the list. And my list is a Google form. My list was the Google form. I pick up the phone and I called everybody in 1 hour and 30 minutes for you new people. How did I go from the number of people I had to 8,100? I pre-launched, right? So I called everybody. Some of you guys are just texting and you're emailing and people are not going to pay attention to you like that. You have to text, you have to call them, you have to say, hey, like Kevin did to Ronette, that I just met and I'm in love with them already because they're going to be leaders over here. And I'm excited. You got to call me back. This is time sensitive. I got to go. Call the next person. Call the next person. 50 to 100 people. The reason why you want to do that is because PS3, You got to pique their interest, show the plan, 3-way to close, right? That's what Kevin did. He piqued her interest. You got to call me. He showed the plan kind of, but he didn't really have a video. So he just went straight to the 3-way and introduced her to me, right? You also have to understand the P in spillover stands for posture. Your confidence level has to go up. If my 6-year-old niece can come on here and talk in front of 900, almost 1,000 people, you can, right? You got to learn tonality. You guys know I was serious the other day because I stopped ranting. I stopped doing this, right? I get so excited, but I stopped being excited and I dropped my tone. How many of you just put a 1 in the chat if you do that to your kids? When you drop your tone and they know you're serious, right? You learn tonality, you're direct, you believe in what you say, and you take action and do what you say. Pick up your phone, and in 60 seconds or less, you need to tell your mom, your dad, your cousins, your nephews, your friends, your exes, right? All of them. Hey, I got something big. I do not want you to miss it. I became a VP with this new company. I want you to hop on, and I'm going to call you after the call because I want to know what you liked best. Okay? Say okay. Everybody type okay in the chat. Say okay to people, because when you say okay, they're going to say it back. And then when you call them, you can say, hey, Jessica, hey, Devin, hey, Cola, you told me it was okay to call you back. Remember? Now, hey, there was a ton of people on the call. What did you like? Were you on there? And they're like, oh man, I forgot. Well, listen, we're doing another call tomorrow. I need you to not forget. It's important. I'll call you later. Bye. Call the next person, right? You got to be a master inviter. Call your potential business partners on the phone and invite. Don't throw up on them. Don't try to sell them. Share, vibe with them. Hey, you got to get on. It's a vibe over here. I think you're going to really like it, right? The I stands for intensity. You got to do things now. When God told me, no, not when you get back from Mexico, Megan, call people now. I did. And 128 people was on the call. And that 128 people turned into 8,100 people. And I have 900 of you on this call right now who really want to learn. 893 now because some people are getting removed. But some people don't want to go through this part. They're like, oh, this call is too long. Well, you know what's longer? You working for 40 years, 40 hours for the next 40 years just to retire with 40% of your income. That's long. So I need you to understand that if you can go to a movie for 2 hours, you can focus on your future for an hour. And if I go over, right, how bad do you really want it? So you have to learn how to be intense, not crazy, but have a sense of urgency. You have to have inspiration, desperation, because some of you are desperate. You're sleeping in your cars. I know because I talked to you. Some of you have lost your jobs and your family doesn't support you. Your wife doesn't care about the business. And you're like, I need a job. I need money, right? And then you're going to allow their negativity and their lack of interest sometimes, right, to distract you, okay? You got to be focused on you for a second, but you got to wake up and you got to get passionate about something. I am passionate about my hopes and dreams. And that's why I'm leaving, because I'm going to do what I do for me, for my family, and you're going to get the spillover. So this week, I'm going to start doing team huddles with leaders. I'm going to meet with all the top leaders, right? By number, because it's easier for me to get to the top leaders with the people than it is for me to go talk to the masses. I need to talk to the leaders first, right? By number. Some of these people who have numbers might not be leaders though. And some of you will call me like, this person's doing 50 million different opportunities and I don't want to work with this person. Okay, but I'm your sponsor too. So stay where you are and focus on yourself, because you're the only one that's important. It's your own matrix. You just happen to be inside of our matrix as well. I'm not doing therapy sessions, guys. So I love you very much. Tell me you love me back, right? Tell me you love me back now, because here soon you're going to be like, she's so intense. But I have 37 days until pre-launch, and I want to get it, you guys, as close to the maxing out this matrix as possible. And then February 17th starts our first week. It starts our first week, guys, and we are going to run hard for 12 weeks and max out the matrix for all of you for 12 straight weeks. And I'm not going to sleep much, and I'm going to be traveling. I got to tell you something at the end of this call too. Okay. So you got to level up with me, because my dad used to always say, he was so blunt. He used to embarrass the heck out of us because he would just say whatever. But I so respect my dad, because he used to say, you're going to have to come up to my level, because I damn sure ain't coming down to yours. That's what he used to say. And I'm like, but I'm 5. Seriously. He doesn't, if kids are 5 years old in our family, he's like, I'm going to need you to talk about something with some sense. Right? That's just my dad. You got to level up around certain people. So you, not your upline, you must level up. Have a plan to level up. You need a game plan. You need to work on your personal development. You need to get up in the morning and listen to something that's going to start your day before everybody starts yapping at you about what you need to do for them and what you're not doing. You need to set the tone, the vibration for your day, and nobody can mess with your mood, because you've already set the vibration for the day. I listen to stuff before I talk to you guys so I can get into a good positive vibration. But I also need you guys to commit to your personal development, take responsibility for your team growth, and study network marketers and apply what you learn. Type in the chat really quickly. Who's the best basketball player in the league right now, right? Type it in the chat. Who is the best basketball player in the league right now, or the best football player in the league, or not even right now, just of all time? Somebody said Michael Jordan, LBJ, LeBron. We get a lot of LeBrons, right? Who else? Type it in the chat. Michael Jordan. I don't watch sports. Giannis, did you guys watch? And I think I'm saying his name right. His documentary was off the hook, right? So Tom Brady in football, MJ, Kobe, Steph Curry, guys, is relentless. If Steph Curry has a bad game, I would hate to play him the next day, because he will be relentless. He's probably going to drop 50 points on you. Now, you guys know who the best players are, or musicians. Now, who's the best network marketer in the game right now? Who's the network marketer in the game who's making the most money? Somebody said you are. Thank you. Megan, I'll take it, right? I'll take it. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, right? I know Stormy. I met her. Reagan and I got to meet her. She's the #1 Black female marketer in the United States right now. But so most people can't handle her, because she will cut you and let you bleed out for a second, right? So most people can't handle certain leaders. And I've learned from the best of the best, but I have to be authentically me, and I need you guys to learn how to be you. So the other L is leadership, okay? And I am watching the clock. It's 9 o'clock. I get it. If you got to go, go, right? If you got to go, go, but I'm almost done. Leadership is important. You have to develop into a leader. You have to be a student. You have to be coachable. You have to listen. You have to learn and then apply. And a lot of people are not plugged in, and they're like, well, Megan, I have a job, and I get it, but I don't have a job. This is my job. So I can't stop my job because you have a job, right? I want to empower you guys to lead your team. So you got to do a team huddle. Write this down, or I'm going to give you guys these slides too, right? You got to do a team huddle. When I call a team huddle, it means that we got some stuff to talk about. So you need to at least do a team huddle with your team once a week, not with me involved, right? You have to establish yourself as the leader. You have to launch your people's businesses, and you cannot allow people to have therapy sessions all the time. I will allow you guys to have a therapy session with me once. Tell me all your problems. Right? Tell them all to me. Like, I don't have money. My husband left me. My wife left me. This person's acting up. My kids are crazy. I'll let you do it once. But if you get on the phone with me and you're still talking about the problem, I'm going to say, okay, so what's the solution? And then that'll determine if you get me on the phone again, right? Because most people have money problems, but the only thing that'll fix your money problems is money, period. Nothing else. No amount of therapy is going to help your money problems. So you got to figure out how to make more money. So the O is obedient. You got to be disciplined. It bridges the gap between goals and accomplishments. Discipline, right? I am so disciplined because I was built for this. Where are my teachers out here, right? Just say me if you're a teacher. People clearly don't know what we do. And they all say, oh, I couldn't be a high school teacher. I tried to teach elementary. Oh, like I love them, but it was so much work. I love teaching high school. I actually went back and subbed for a little bit just so I can remind myself of what I don't really want to do. I like being there, and they tried to hire me because I'm so phenomenal. And they're like, oh my goodness, you're so happy, and this and that, and the kids love you, and we have a job for you. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm only here when I want to be, right? So that's what teachers do all day. So love on your teachers. We start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we typically go into about 5 o'clock, right? And I taught 10 classes a day for 50 minutes first period, 7-minute passing period, 50 minutes third period, 7-minute passing period. I had a 25-minute lunch. I had to eat like I was in prison, and I didn't even eat because I didn't want to be in the cafeteria with the kids. And all the kids came to my room to eat lunch, like all of them. Like, don't y'all